Hey listeners, Dan Harris here, host of the 10% Happier podcast. Imagine all your audio entertainment available in just one place. That's what the Audible app is all about. With Audible, you can always find the best of what you love or discover something new. Audible has an incredible selection of wellness titles and originals like The Light Podcast by Michelle Obama, Work It Out by Mel Robbins, and Confidence Gap by Russ Harris. Membership includes access to Audible Originals, podcasts, and tons of audiobooks that you can download or stream as much as you want. And as an Audible member, you can choose one title per month from an ever-growing catalog of titles to keep. The Audible app makes it easy to listen anytime, anywhere, whether you're traveling, working out, doing chores, wherever your day takes you. New members can try Audible now free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/Harris or text Harris to 500-500.
The weather is cooling down a bit. The leaves are starting to fall. Yes, it's that time of year again, football season. And we all know the best part of any game day traditions are the ones that involve food. There's nothing like having everyone in your game day crew coming together to bring their best bites and argue over whose family makes the best chili. And while there's no need to mess with the perfection of game day classics, like a freshly grilled Oscar Mayer hot dog topped with Heinz ketchup and mustard, it's always fun to step out of your comfort zone and get creative with your recipes. Because there's nothing more fun than adding to your list of game day traditions, like making a creamy and delectable queso dip with Velveeta cheese that can be eaten with so much more than just chips. Now is the chance for people across the nation to find out whose game day eats reign supreme. It's your turn to show off your tasty game day food traditions. Go to www.gamedayfoodtraditions.com to share a photo of your game day food tradition to enter to win $10,000. Once again, that's www.gamedayfoodtraditions.com to enter to win $10,000.
This is Full Change with Tom Laidlaw.
Hey, you're wee body lad.
You got to stop saying body lad. That's on every show.
It's called consistency, discipline.
So, or just maybe some kind of OCD repetitiveness.
So why doesn't that be labeled OCD?
Well, you're obsessing over it. You're compelled to do it.
So the obsessive compulsive disorder. Why is it?
Well, now, yeah, that's true. I agree. I don't think it's a disorder. And we've had plenty of guests with OCD on. I've had OCD pretty much most of my life. So I just think you're repetitive. That's all it is.
Oh, totally. That's no question. That's a guaranteed fact.
There you go.
Up every day at 3:30.
But let's talk about roller hockey, your favorite subject. Roller hockey is a great sport. It's great it's different.
You know what? I should be careful. It's great exercise, great for kids to get out there and exercise. Yes.
And a lot of people that play both say what helps them most is the vision, because you're 4-on-4. It's wide open. You can move the puck. You can be creative. Again, Connor Bedard is a big roller guy. He's unreal. He played his first rookie league game. Did you see it?
I did see that.
Hat trick. Oh my God, his release is incredible.
Well, it's just the big Pat Falloon, isn't he? Does play? Is it?
No, Pat Maroon.
He changed his name?
No, that's Pat Falloon from the Sharks. This is Pat Maroon, three-time Stanley Cup champ, big roller player. But lots of guys are. Paul Stastny, Bobby Ryan was a big roller guy. Lots of these guys play in the off season because it helps you with the creativity. I've been playing my whole life, so I'm a huge advocate.
And you're a creative guy too.
I'm creative, not so much skating, and it didn't translate to ice hockey for me because I'm a terrible ice skater. But I did like playing roller, and I played with great guys my whole life. But it's a huge game, and especially we talked about this in the summer. Ice kids, especially in Canada and down here, they play roller because they get to do cool things with the puck. I know you went out rollerblading. You crashed into a windsurfer. We know we talked about this. No, you already did. You already did tell the story.
Yeah, but again, there might be that one person out there that's sitting there riveted, waiting for the story.
No, I don't think there are. Well, maybe
that's not the great story. It was a really good story. I read all my stories.
Maybe Jimmy DeCepolo of Connecticut or Jeff Olson of Queens is riveted waiting for this, but I don't think so. But those are big roller guys, so I bring their names. Oh yeah, but roller's great. I run a league in the cities we talked about several times, but my most favorite part of that is I run this Legends League, we call it, and it's 35 and over guys, but it's mostly like 45 and over guys, and they're great. They're blessed. We have fun. It's more of like it's not a party, but it's more of just like a hangout with.
Serious question: how do you stop?
Stop.
What do you mean? You can't do a hockey stop?
Yes, you can. It's different. It's a roller hockey stop, so it's almost like a wider swing, but you can absolutely stop on a dime.
Oh, okay.
And the really good players, if you ever watch some of those Connor Bedard videos, are like you don't even know they're on roller. You're like, well, how is this guy doing this?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get you out there for the Legends League.
No, that won't happen.
No, you don't play any hockey.
I'll tell you, one of the most fun times I had, we were did a camp with the sled hockey team.
Yes.
and they put me in the sled. I'll tell you, that's not that easy either.
I'm surprised you could fit in one.
I don't wear socks in my skates, so when I showed up, I just had a pair of sneakers.
Like a friggin' caveman.
So
you're barefoot sled hockey playing?
Barefoot. It's great. I got pictures of it too. I'll show you.
No, that's okay. Spare the audience.
My toes. That's the thing about hockey players. That your toes are terrible. When you go to the beach, you have to bring a blanket.
Yeah, it doesn't. Skates do not help your feet. That definitely doesn't help.
I can't go to Costco even with my sandals on, flip flops.
But you do. Plow through. You do. And you toss to Norris, the Chicken Man, and you work the room at Costco. Your favorite. Tom has 2 favorite places in the world. I think the gym and Costco.
Yeah, that probably sums it up right there.
So if you ever want to meet Tom, he does appearances at Costco probably 3 times a week. Costco in Greenwich, Connecticut.
High five and knuckling people and everything.
There you go. I don't know. He's got like a semi-private gym. We won't disclose that, but Costco in Greenwich is a place to meet Tom Laidlaw of the New York Rangers.
It's actually Portchester, but it's
Oh, sorry.
So yeah, seriously, go there. Oh, I usually go there like the days I go is usually at 10 o'clock. You want to be right there when it opens up at 10 o'clock. Woo!
Thanks. Tom, you are like you're an incredible human being with your little quirks and your routines.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, I give to people all the time. Like I try to make their lives better.
But you're taking my discussion about roller hockey, which is a legitimate sport.
How did we do that? How did we get on the Costco?
I don't do all this, but they try to make it an Olympic sport now too, which would be pretty awesome.
Cool.
But like lots of our listener, Marcus Fajardo in Spain, he's a professional roller hockey. In Europe, it's much bigger.
I shouldn't downplay it because think of all the kids that maybe want to play hockey but can't afford the ice and all that kind of stuff. Now this is a less expensive thing. Doing a great exercise.
And that was myself and my friends, and we grew up in our town of Bergenfield playing Team Bergenfield 2007 national champs. But we played roller because we couldn't afford ice.
Did you have a ring?
No, we just got a large trophy. Yes. And they actually gave us medals, which as like a 35-year-old guy, you're like, thanks for the medal. Squad to people's bags, But the kids love it. And there's hundreds and hundreds of teams at these tournaments. They're incredible. And there's NHL guys. We played the 1 year we played in Mississauga, which is right down the road for you.
Right down Highway 10.
Yeah, we played at Don Cherry's arena there. We played in Florida at where the Everblades play. We played all over. They play in California. It's just I love it. It's been a great part of my life, but it's not ice hockey as you're going to say, but it's still fun. And guys are using it as a tool.
I'm learning I should not downplay it. I think a great opportunity for kids that can't get on the ice. Yeah, that's good.
And we have a guest today who is doing incredible things both on the ice and on roller, and he has the sickest moves I think you'll ever see. Anyone who's on Instagram and follows hockey is sure knows our next guest, Swaggy P, but this guy is doing things with the puck that nobody can do. It's incredible.
Well, when you first told me that he's coming on the show, I'm thinking, I've seen this guy before. So I follow all his videos all the time before we even knew he was coming on the show. Now he does some stuff. It's unbelievable.
He's a magician. Yeah. It's incredible. Some of the moves are like that. Is that real? Like, can you really do what he does? And it's pretty, like, again, if we have hockey fans listening, ice roller, whatever, they're going to know who he is because he's incredible what he does.
Very good. Yeah, he's a good guy too. He's got a personality too. Yeah,
and he played roller. Lots of roller. See, roller helps develop.
I'm coming along. I'm with you. All right. Don't think.
Well, listen, my man.
You guys, I'm not that stubborn. I'm always willing to listen to new things.
Listen, my man Danny Genovese, who played in the BCHL, he's a big roller guy. He went out there and used those skills. Lots of people do. There's a lot of good roller and ice guys.
Genovese.
Danny.
Is he like one of the mob guys?
I don't think he's ready. He runs Chelsea Piers though. You've probably bumped into him before, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, the one down the city.
The Chelsea Piers in New York. Yeah.
Because there's one in Connecticut too.
I do. That's the bougie one. Nobody goes to that one. You go to that one quite a bit though, right?
I used to go to the gym there, until COVID hit. I remember walking down, never forget, walked up there like 5 a.m. to go to the gym. They got a big sign up there. We are closed.
Really?
Yeah.
So, but you have your personal gym that you go to.
Yes, I do. It's bougie actually too.
It's not. It looks like a warehouse. They just give him the keys because he goes at 4 a.m. Do you have to sweep up when you're done? Like, what happened?
I've got to be friends with the cleaning lady who she just had a child actually. So I do.
Congratulations.
I do try to help.
Does she have a name or do you call her Cleanie?
Marielle.
Okay, there you go. See?
Oh, hold on. Okay, let's touch on this.
So they're going to go back to the Steve Baker episode.
Go listen to the Steve Baker one where we will clarify that I was correct in the term that I used for the bus driver.
Yes, I retract my criticism of you as a condescending person.
It's funny though, when you did say something, I was like, what are you talking about? Because all my life was all because the bus driver bussy.
Steve Baker said the same thing. He said bussy.
I couldn't wait to get him to stop talking. Then I said, okay, let's go back to that.
And he did, and we clarified. So yes, but it's not Cleanie. You don't call the cleaning woman Cleanie. Mariella. Congratulations, Mariella, baby.
So I do try to, and I also go by to say, try to beautify the world. As part of the Tecumseh poem, Tecumseh was a Shawnee warrior chief back in the 1800s. He wrote this fantastic poem. Part of what the poem said was, beautify the world and all things in the world.
Look at Tom. Very, very profound.
Thank you very much.
Wow.
But that was in the movie Act of Valor, where I first listened to it. Act of Valor is a movie with real-life Navy SEALs in the movie actors.
Okay.
And this one guy quoted this poem all the time in my head. And I went and looked it up and his history. And he's quite the guy. Like he was a Shawnee warrior chief. So obviously he's killing people and everything, but he's very thoughtful. He was a real leader. Really interesting guy. This poem, if you listen to it, it's
okay. And so you're beautifying the world by making yourself bigger. Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. So make yourself better all the time. You beautify the world. So I walk into the gym. See, good gym etiquette is to put the weights away. Even if you didn't leave the weights out, you want the gym to be in better condition than it was when you went in there. That's good gym etiquette right there. Okay.
Leave the world better than how you found it.
There you go.
Ralph Waldo Emerson said that.
Was that who?
He was one of it. It's kind of like I'm paraphrasing, but yes.
He wasn't the Shawnee warrior chief.
No, he was a writer from Boston or from New England.
That comes up.
I know you don't watch TV and you should, but
why should I watch TV?
Because it's great shows by Taylor Sheridan. He did 1883, which is great. You should watch it. It's about the frontier and Native Americans and people moving out to the West. You should absolutely see it.
So I could get that on Prime Video.
Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus.
And then he did 1923, which is the same family years later. I've never watched Yellowstone, but it's that family just 100 years prior. And it's just well executed, beautifully done. And you should check it out.
Like a show like Yellowstone gets people just jump over it too.
My dad was a big fan. I never watched it, but I did watch the prequels, and they're great. They're amazing.
I've never watched Seinfeld. You know that?
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
Oh, you never did?
No, I'm not a fan.
It's amazing because people quote it all the time.
I never watched Friends either because I don't know. It's like those fake New York shows. You know?
How about MASH?
Never.
You'd never watched MASH?
No. When I came out as a kid, now at my age,
that's true.
That was time to go to sleep or to just bang your head against the wall because like MASH is on. But I could tolerate the Honeymooners because Channel 11 had the Honeymooners and The Odd Couple. Okay. And it was great. So I think 10, 11 o'clock, you'd watch those. But when MASH came on, forget it.
How about Beverly Hillbillies?
Nope.
Never did.
No, not a fan.
How about I Dream of Jeannie? Just to watch.
Yes. Just
her outfits.
Watch her, Bewitched. Yep, watch those. And of course, I love Batman. Mostly. I told the Yvonne Craig story, but I was into Batman. You probably thought it was clowny because you're probably a little bit older.
Yeah. But I watched Batman. There's all different versions of Batman too, right?
I don't mean the movies. I mean the show from this. Well, yeah, there's one from the 40s, but then there's also one from the late 60s, which was...
How about Star Trek?
Not a fan.
Yeah, they were perverts on that show.
Yeah, they were. Sure.
Like, what's his name? The Captain Kirk. He's making it. Get all these hot babes on there.
Every planet they go to, he's taking green women. Yeah.
I'm thinking back now. What does that have to do with being in space?
Nothing. Laying the seed all over the universe, all over the galaxy.
These little cartoons too, like Roadrunner and all that.
We did talk about cartoons.
We did.
Show. We did, but I never liked. We know anyone listening goes. I'm not a Star Trek. I love Star Wars. I've gone into that several times. That was my thing. As your thing was John Wayne. Everybody knows. So, but as far as TV shows, yeah, I was into like pretty much what everyone was into. Were you a Charlie's Angels fan? You're probably
Charlie's Angels, definitely. Which ones you like the best?
I like Jackman Smith.
Yes, definitely, absolutely. How about Gilligan's Island?
I like Gilligan's Island.
Ginger or Marianne?
I think
you know what the different
changes. Yeah. I think Ginger originally, and then Marianne. Yeah, I don't know. That's
totally different brands.
Totally different brands. Yeah, both gorgeous women though.
It's back with these shows sometimes where like these hidden like sexual things in these cartoons.
They're not hidden. They're written in on purpose, and it's just who catches them. Now there's much more scrutiny because they just showed us everything when we were kids. But now it's like they have to be very careful and things are analyzed. But yeah, there'd be so many like sex jokes and all those shows.
Your parents ever owned the Penthouse or Playboy magazines? They ever get those?
My uncle did. My uncle Ed, he lived with us. He was probably in his early 20s, and he stayed with us for a couple of years. I remember I was probably 6 or 7. My friends and I were over in his room, just going through shit as kids do, and I found these magazines. I remember it looked like just spaghetti, like all these people were intertwined, and I was like, "What the hell is this?" That was a big deal though, because the other parents in the neighborhood found out about that.
Well, my parents got the Playboy magazine sent to us, like mailed to us.
Really?
So we would be on the farm at the mailbox.
Parents, your mom too, your mom and dad.
Yeah. So they would go down. We driving home. They stop at the mailbox in the driveway, and they see the magazine there. They couldn't wait to open up the magazine, start reading
the articles,
start reading like the dirty jokes.
Oh, okay.
So and they'd be dying laughing, and I'm like kid in the backseat. Wow, like what are they laughing?
Well, your parents might have been a little freaky there. Oh no, maybe.
So in the middle of summer or any time during the year, they would lock the bedroom door during the day and tell us they were going to wrap Christmas presents
in July. Did you ever walk in on them?
No, they'd lock the door. Yeah, but I remember thinking, oh, that's great to wrap Christmas presents.
You didn't talk to your sister and just say like, hey, what are they really doing in there? Your sister was older or younger?
2.5 years older. Yeah.
So she never said they're not wrapping Christmas presents.
I don't even remember even. I just believe that they're really wrapping Christmas presents. I didn't think any of it.
I mean, you have to come up with anything. I don't know what you did when you were married, but we always say, I don't want to say that because my daughter edits the show, but I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, don't say it. I don't know if we liked it. Isn't it funny to look back at stuff that times have changed now. The attitude about sex and everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, has it though? Or?
Well, it's more, I think, the public, what you're allowed to say publicly.
Yes.
Yeah. What they're actually doing, I don't think it's changed. Maybe it's got more.
But I think it definitely has. But now this is our roller hockey discussion going totally off the rails. Once again, showing your disdain for roller. But I'm going to make you watch. I'm going to make you watch some good hockey.
Roller hockey players must have sex. Oh,
sure, they sure do. Especially the ones in the New York City Roller Hockey League. Best league in the East Coast.
Well, sex.
Maybe.
Yeah, did you get cheerleaders or groupies?
No, we don't have cheerleaders or groupies, but we do have a co-ed league, lots of great players. Oh, we have a lot of former ice hockey players, D1 players. We have a lot of those guys in the league. That's a great league, fun time.
See, during this period of time, you have sold me on roller hockey.
Let's go.
See the advantage of it.
Well, let's go. The Rangers are actually doing, they're renovating the rink in Manhattan.
Oh, that's right. Did you just make that announcement?
They did last month. So I've requested that you come down for the ribbon cutting. So hopefully you get down and you see some real good roller hockey.
Then it should be like, I'll be the star of the show there. Like,
it'll be Brian Mullen because he's a roller hockey player, and then it'll be you. You'll be assistant captain of the ribbon cutting.
My twin, Brian Mullen.
So we've spoken to Mike Fasulo. We made the request. So let's get you and your twin in there. And then maybe they'll probably send Adam Graves next. They're doing something. I think they're going to dedicate it or do a dedication to Roger Bear. So I'm sure they're going to want to have a nice presence there.
So the three of us are twins. I told the story.
Triplets, yeah.
Oh, God.
Listen, get Matteau, and you have a full house.
But he doesn't get confused with all. I think he's bigger too. That
he's taller.
Yeah. So people don't know. So we go to events. The funniest part for me is when they know that Adam Graves is going to be at the event, and they think that I'm Adam Graves, and they're going to point in the sun, and Dad's there. There's Adam Graves. There's Adam Graves. And Adam will show up, and they go, "Oh God, it's just Laidlaw." It's hilarious. We had the one thing at Madison Square Garden where they paint the ice.
Yeah, it's the end of the season.
Right. So this young couple, the guy was I knew he had me confused. So he was he had his girlfriend take the pictures and all that kind of stuff with me. And at one point he turns to his girlfriend and says, "Can you get another picture of Mark and I?" And I go, "I'm sorry, but I'm not Mark Messier."
Oh no. Well, I was with you once when someone said, "Are you Wayne Gretzky?"
That's right, too, but that's
at Fritz Dietl. I don't know.
Right, yeah. I did get called the Rock's grandfather.
We talked about that several times. But again,
that's several times.
Off the track, we're going to talk about roller hockey because our guest today, who is an ice guy, of course, but also does a lot on roller, does viral videos. He's incredible. He's a magician. We're going to have Swaggy P, Pete Lenes, Elevate 02.
He's got a good personality too. All right, you wee body last.
You got to stop that. Well, listen, last few shows it was accents. Now it's just wee body last. Enjoy the show. Swaggy P. Hey there.
We are ready.
Tom, we got a great show today because we have someone who is doing some incredible things with hockey. I mean, this guy has moves sicker than anything you've probably ever seen.
Yeah.
Right? So today we have Swaggy P, Pete Lenes on the show.
You know what's funny? You told me the other day, Pete, how you doing? Nice to meet you. Finally.
Nice to meet you.
A lot of good stuff. But it's funny. Tom Smith said, the producer here, the short little guy, said to me,
hold on, sorry. He's a size bully, this guy.
That's all right. I got no issues.
He says to me, we have it on this guy. So I looked you up online. I've watched your moves several times. Didn't know who that was you. And well, yeah, who the heck is this guy? So great to see you. He's fantastic.
He's not filthy.
Yeah. Oh, like you did one recently where you went into the goaltender and went off to one side. You flipped it up in the air.
Yeah.
Grabbed it when it's with your stick. Well, it's in the air. Hold it back. It was incredible. I was like, who the heck is this guy? Never on the show. So good job. All the moves I could not do. I'm close.
For sure.
So now, what were you? You're a college hockey player?
Yeah, I played in college, and then I had a 10-year pro career after between the East Coast, touching the American League, and I spent most of my time in Europe between Austria, Denmark, and Austria and Denmark. Yeah.
So where were you raised at?
Vermont. I'm a Vermont kid. Went to UVM. That's where I met my business partner, Tori Mitchell, who had a 11-year NHL career. And that's where we met, and always stayed in touch and trained together in the summer, and that's how we kind of looped back around towards the end of his career, and Elevate 02 started.
Elevate 02, that's cool. Where'd that name come from?
We were talking Elevate, and then some like Raise Your Game, something like that, and 802 is the area code of Vermont, so that's why it's funny because there's so many different pronunciations. People say like Elevate. And then like 02 or there's a lot of different stuff, but the name comes from the area code of Vermont in the back.
Who gave you the Swaggy P nickname?
That was something that happened a little after college, and I always, like to dress kind kind of fashionably, but on the edge of almost looking like a homeless person. And it kind of stuck there. And then, once the Instagram started, you kind of need like a little stage name, and, stuck with that one, and it all worked out.
So what your Instagram title again is Swaggy? Is it Swaggy? No, what's your
Swaggy P.
Swaggy P is the Instagram name? Okay. So people...
that's my personal.
Okay.
And then we have the Elevate 02 where it started, and then I had the personal. Yeah, exactly.
So people want to find you, they go Elevate 02 on Instagram to find it. And
exactly.
I tell you got to go. For people that haven't seen him yet, it's fantastic. Because like I said, I did not even know you were coming on the show before, and I've seen you several times with the moves.
Yeah.
Were you like that when you were a kid coming up playing? Is that your big stick handler? Or?
Well, I always just enjoyed, like, my dad made a backyard rink, and, we just had fun, or in the driveway with a ball. And I mean, that's what we talk about is, now the kids are so fortunate. We're able to, like, I never had a skill coach. Yeah. I never had, you know what I mean? And now it's like when we just went out and met, it was just like, just having fun. And, we used to go to like some summer camps, for 4 or 5 days, but there was no one like teaching stick handling. There was no social media. So, I always just loved having a stick in my hands, wherever we went on vacation, I'd take it. And I just really, really enjoyed it and had a lot of fun with it. So, that's I always had the love for stick handling. So that's how that got started.
So now when you were playing like in college and playing pro hockey, were you stick handling as much or the same way that you do now?
A little bit different just because, now it's like I'm on the, on the ice, and then you guys see like the moves and stuff, but it had definite variations of that. Like I have a funny video. I don't know. I don't have a computer anymore. It was on my laptop. About 10 years ago, I made like a highlight stick handling video, and this would be cool.
So you grew up playing hockey as a kid. I think we touched on this a little bit. We really got skilled stick handling when you were smaller too.
Yeah, it was something where my dad made an outside rink, and I just enjoyed it. Like I said, I think prior, like any vacation or whatever, I'd always bring a stick and a ball with me, and it was just something it was like my outlet, just stick handling and having fun. And it was funny, we actually brought my parents were making fun of me. I brought a hockey stick to Hawaii when we went the first time in like 6th grade, and they're like, this is outrageous. The only good thing about that was at that time you could put it in the overhead compartment. Now my sticks get lost 90% of the time when you go anywhere. It's a disaster.
Well, I wonder if they want to steal, right? Because they know who you are. Like it's all right. So
I put them in a stick bag.
Oh, cool.
Those are valuable sticks.
So you're growing up being a good hockey player. You get to the University of Vermont. How'd that happen? Did you get recruited?
Yeah. So yeah, I was a Vermont kid, obviously, and then as I went to high school, people were always like, "You're on the smaller side. Do well in high school and then see." So I did very well my first 2 years of Vermont public school, and then I went to 2 years at Tabor, and then I played a year in the ECHL, and ended up at Vermont.
Oh, very good, very good. Vermont, that's a good hockey school too. Really good, a lot of good players coming.
Yeah, we were really good. I mean, Coach Snedden was our coach there, and now he works for us at Elevate. And I met Tori a year before we went into school. He went 1 year before me, and now we're business partners at Elevate. So it's pretty cool how we continued on, and he had 11-year NHL career, and
I wonder if that's what that was. Yeah, cool. That's good.
Yeah, so we always stayed in touch, during the summers and trained together. And then, we talked about doing everything from cafes to storage units. And the biggest thing from what we talked about was Rob Dyrdek's Fantasy Factory. We're like, that's what we want to create, And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, Tom probably doesn't know what that is, but he's a skateboarder, and he's a clothing guy, sneaker guy. He's got an empire, media empire.
Right.
And I guess they're trying to do the hockey version of that.
This is so cool. I think I've said this to you already in the show, but I love
sure. Yeah.
The creativity you got going on and everything. That's very cool. Good job. All right. So you're at Vermont for the full 4 years?
Yeah. Wait. Full 4 years. Yep. That's right.
Good. And then you leave Vermont. Where'd you go? You were drafted by NHL teams, correct?
No. So I played a year in the coast in Ontario, California for the Ontario Reign. I went over to Europe for a year. Came back, played 2 years in the coast, and got called up one time to the American League, and then I played 6 years in Europe after that.
So you're on the smaller side, but you're quick. You move around. Like any of the toughness bother you at all? The fighting, all that stuff?
I'm not a huge guy in the fight statistically, less guys get hurt during the fighting, but it's like the big hits and stuff. I mean, you see what concussions do to people later in life. And that's why, I mean, like in the heat of the moment, yeah, a big hit looks cool, but like what it can do to that person's life, like later on, I just think it's just so unneeded to cheap shot or just go looking to injure someone. I know things get heated and that's part of sports, but to go out of your way to throw an elbow, I'm totally against that. People call me whatever they want about it, but you just see what the concussions do to people later in life, and I just don't think that needs to be part of the game we play.
I agree, and I'm one of those guys. I would go back and play the same way over again, maybe be even worse. You just don't think about it when you're playing. You don't think what's going to happen when you're 60, 65, 70 years old, right? Or even the opponents.
For sure.
So I played against that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I made that. Bob Neishman and I played against each other all the time when I was with the Rangers and he's with the Islanders. And I respect him. So I told the story one time. I respect this guy a ton. He knocked me out one night and I had to spend the night in the hospital. And the guy goes, "You respect him for that?" It's kind of weird, but that's the way it was, especially back then. But he was a tough competitor.
But it's a different game now. That headhunting is, hopefully it's gone, going to be gone for good.
Yeah, for sure.
So how many years pro did you play?
10. And then actually, Tori was over in Switzerland. He came and visited me in Austria, and that's where the Elevator 2 idea popped up, and we went with it. He was like, "I'm done," and I was like, "I got another year on my contract," and I got home, and we started talking more and more and more. And we're in the car driving to New York, and my dad's like, it was kind of funny because like Mitch is in the car. We got I just had Pablo at the time, so my bulldog's in the car. We're having a good time. We visited like a smaller size rink. And my dad's like, you're done playing. And Mitch was like, kind of just, he's driving. He kind of shriveled up and just sat there. He's like, "Oh, this is going to be an awkward convo." And I was like, "Well, I think I can play one more year." And he's like, "If you start a business, you're done." And I was like, and that's where it stopped right there. So it was pretty funny, but yeah.
But did that hit you?
But it was, it was something that we were so busy starting it, and now this is your own thing, right? And you want it to succeed so bad. We didn't have time to think, right? Gotcha. I think I would have had a really hard time if I was like in finance or something like that, where I'm sitting at a desk. But we were on the grind. Like we gotta make this go. And so it was something that we just got so passionate about. And then, we did the build out, we GC'd the project ourselves, and we kind of just kept going.
Wow. See, that's cool. I love that attitude, right? You think things excuse me. You think things through too much, you're going to screw it up, right?
Yeah. We had no business plan, no nothing. We just went, We threw a pot of money in and just said, "Let's see what we got here." And then we just kind of kept going and going and going. So it was pretty cool.
When is that? What time frame is that?
That was the summer of the 19 year. So officially we opened in October of 19.
Oh, very cool. All right, we got to get to the stick handling though. Like I told you before, Tom
absolutely
on the show. Before Tom was getting you on the show, I'd seen these videos all the time of this guy doing these stick handling boats. And I'm like, who's this? Then he told me he's coming on our show. And I was like, that's cool. So where does that all start though? Obviously you're a good stick handler, but where do you think, okay, now I'm going to start doing videos and we stick handle?
Yeah. You know what? It was somewhere we were just we had the rink, and there was some like, you see kind of what's going on Instagram and stuff. And I was like, I think we have something bigger than just Vermont. And so we just kind of were like, all right, let's see. And at the start, we were like, we need high-end video only, higher video people. And then it was just like, wow, we're spending a lot of money on video people, and they're not doing that well. Let's just hammer iPhone stuff and see what happens. And I started with a Trick Shot Tuesday. I was like, Mitch, I want to start this thing. He's like, yeah, kind of. Is that part of us or whatever? And I was like, I don't know. And he's like, all right, try it. And then COVID hit. And so I just started slinging videos, and he's like, do what you want, and I just started slinging videos, and then the audience kept growing. And that was basically the start of it. And it was something where it was like, okay, if we can show these kids, like, I think it's some of the fastest hands out there. Like
no doubt.
Yeah. We can show kids that this is what you can do. But at the beginning, I was getting like agitated. I'm like, no, man, this is real speed. Like, come on, And then it just, and then the more I got out there, people realized that was the actual speed of the video.
Yeah, and Pete has a famous video. I think it's the one that kind of blew you up. Is the one when you're chasing the truck, right? They're just throwing shit at you as you stick handle down the road.
Yep. Actually, 2 weeks ago, we just got our highest viewed and liked video on Instagram. It's over 13 million views right now. It's like an air toe drag, that one, and I think it's not almost. Yeah. So that's that. I was looking to get that done during an intermission show, so I've been putting in some time to make sure it's more routine.
I'll tell you, I remember I watched that the first time, and I had to go back and watch it again. There's no way you could do that. Like when he flipped it up and brought it across the goalie, and then put it in there. Oh, and if you ever watched me play, I could barely stick handle. So to see you do that,
Tom pulled a toe once, and he got benched by Herb Brooks.
Oh boy,
Herb,
yeah.
Herb Brooks didn't want me touching the puck too much, and he was right. He was damage to the puck.
Oh,
so okay. So let's use that as an example. So do you think that through, or is that something you just go do it, or you think that through? Okay, what am I going to do here?
The first time I actually pulled it off, I was actually trying to do something different, and I was kind of just messing around, and I was like, kind of what did I just do there, you know? And then that one went pretty like an actual move here, and then I just kept going and trying different variations of it.
So you want to get on like Madison Square Garden at center ice? Do that?
The first one I have this year is LA in November. So I tried it last year at DC at the Caps game, and I didn't get it. So one of the times this I think I have 3 or 4 intermission shows. I'm gonna try to get one.
Oh, you do?
Awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's great. What do you do? Contact the PR department with those teams?
They contact me and just say that'd be a fun, something in between periods that's different. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. That'd be sweet.
Yeah, think about it. If you're the Kings and he pulls a video off and you're building on your social media page and you get 5 million views, that's great for them.
That's a show too.
For sure.
So Luke Robitaille is the president there. He's an old teammate of mine. Well, I'll talk to him before you get out there.
Yeah.
Take care of it properly. That's cool. That's
yeah.
Yeah, Pete does something too, Tom. He chooses his locations wisely, so he's always got incredible backdrops, like the Vegas Strip, like somewhere in LA.
Got him.
In the middle of the road.
We almost got arrested for the Vegas Strip because we were going up and down, and then but most of the cops are pretty cool because it's just something so different. They're like, oh, what's going on here or whatever, but it's pretty fun.
So tell us that story. What happens in Vegas there? The cop comes up to you?
Well, we were going for about 45 minutes, and then, I was with on the bench boys who are social media guys as well. And I think it started to get a little hairy when we were passing under trucks, and then I tow dragged the cop car, and then it changed a little bit of hey, this is all fun too. This could be. It was more for our safety. Like you guys are trying to go around cars.
So you were passing the puck or ball under the truck? Like you were going under a truck?
No.
Oh yeah.
You were going under the truck?
No, not skating under. No.
I know.
No. Just the puck. Yeah.
So Pete, what's your white whale? Like, where do you want to shoot? Like, what's the spot you want to shoot more than anywhere else? Like Eiffel Tower, Times Square. Like, what are you thinking?
No. I got one that's I got one that's for Times Square is easy. I'll get to that eventually. But
you don't want to go to Times Square. You get stoned if you go to Times Square. You'll be stoned when you go to Times Square.
Exactly what we want. Exactly.
Okay.
No. But I want to put like a roller rink. I don't know if you saw it. Who's the guy for? I think he plays for Dallas. Luka. He's Slovenian maybe. He put a basketball court in the middle of Lake Bled in Slovenia. I'd love to put like a roller rink in the middle of the lake or the ocean or something like that.
Wow,
that'd be cool.
Have you been to Hawaii yet? The rink that's right on the water in Hawaii.
Yeah,
in Hawaii.
Yeah, right. It's gorgeous.
Wow.
Yeah. The only problem is I didn't have a drone. I needed a drone for that. So it looks cool, but you can't really see everything where you are because it's like iPhone. You're at like face level.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. So now, okay, so you've got the stick handling, but that's really not your core business, though, right? The other, like the Elevate.
The core business is teaching. Yeah, exactly. So stick handling is one, but we like to teach the stick handling, and the moves and the dangles and stuff like that. So that's the core of the business.
So, all right. So your core business is teaching other kids just primarily stick handle.
That I teach mostly the stick handling. I mean, if a kid, younger kid wants to come and work on edge work or whatever, we can do whatever,
Okay.
But mainly, like, when people come from a different area, they want to learn stick handling.
Right. And people can get a hold of you how?
Just Instagram, direct message, email, info@elevate02.com. But 90% of the people reach out, either send an email or a direct message on Instagram.
Yeah, Pete's pretty responsive too, so you get
pretty decent with it. Some of them get lost in the weeds, but for the most part, I try to respond to everything.
Okay, so you're talking to the old school guy that played in the 80s in the National Hockey League. So if people tried to do like that lacrosse move where they pick it up and put it in the net, we would have killed them back then, right?
It's called the Michigan Tom.
Okay. This is actually a perfect kind of intro to what I believe.
Right.
All right. Hockey in general is not that big of a sport. If you're talking the baseball, the football, the whatever. And I'm 37. Okay. In all my years, I have never, ever, ever been like, I'm going to turn a football game on. Okay.
Right.
I watch Coach Prime and I watch Colorado. Okay. I watch that. I believe the same thing Zegras can do with the NHL or players like that. People don't like hockey, a majority of it. If you want the game to grow, you got to make it more exciting. And they want to see the lacrosse goals. They want to see that stuff. So I think you've seen what he's done with what he's done with Colorado. I have zero interest in football, but I want to watch the show. I want to watch the hype, all that.
Character.
Exactly. And I think, players like Zegras and stuff in the NHL, like, they can do that. They want to make the non-hockey player or non-hockey spectator a hockey fan. And I think that's what and it needs to go. And I know there's the old school mentality. Like, we would do that. We'd kill them and stuff. But, like,
that's Tom's mentality.
Yeah. But the fighting's going away.
Yep.
And if you don't make it more exciting, viewership of hockey is going to go down. And I think Connor Bedard, huge. But he also Michigan. He's got sick moves. You need to make the game more exciting. And that's what I'm a big believer in. And if these moves if you call them, not going to happen or something, these kids are so good, it's going to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, that old school mentality that I had, that's gone. And thank God it's gone, too. The game is growing. Like Gary Bettman, he came in, like 25, 30 years ago, and the revenues in the league were like $700 million. Now the game has grown to over a $5 billion industry.
But it's a show, and you have to put on a show. People forget it's entertainment, and these guys put on a show. You grew up with the Canadian ethic. Don't be flashy, be part of the team, but you gotta be exciting.
Well, you need something. You know what I mean? Before Hughes went to New Jersey, I never wanted to watch New Jersey because it's such boring hockey.
Yeah.
I want to watch Jack Hughes now. I don't watch New Jersey to watch New Jersey. I watch it for Jack Hughes. You know what I mean? And that's, if these players can, and the skill level coming up is so incredible. If you could get more and more and more of that. I think hockey's in a great spot.
Oh, it is. Oh, way better. Yeah, our game that we played back then, we thought it was fantastic, right? But I watched the game now, the outdoor games, all the stuff they're doing. Yeah, and you know what? I would not have allowed somebody to do that Michigan move, but
for sure.
I see it now, and I go, "Oh, that's pretty cool!" Like to be able to do that.
For sure. And no one wants to end up on the other side of the cliff, right? I understand that as well. But I just, if you're talking the growth to the game, I think you got to make, like, all the people in the comments with the air toe drag, they're like, I hate hockey and this is sick, and it's like more people watch hockey game. If people are commenting, if this is what's in hockey, I'm about to watch, and like it's not there yet.
Yep.
But it's like that's what you got to do. You got to attract it's almost taking other sports and trying to like put it into hockey a little. I got a video. The one we were just shooting. It's a bank off the back of the glass and then catch it in the air and put it in the net like that. Right. Different stuff to make it. Yeah. So it's interesting. But
well, you think back to like your Boston area guy like Bobby Orr back in the day. He had fantastic moves and he'd go
100%.
Yeah, and he'd make people look bad. But that was more accepted back then. Now it's like, why is this any different than what Bobby Orr was doing back in the day? Right? It's
for sure.
Well, think about the NBA. Sorry, Pete. Think about the NBA. Like back in the 80s, if you got posterized, that was huge. People knew like Michael Jordan just dunked on somebody. And that
exactly
made Michael hyped him up.
No, I mean, I am biased, obviously, and I'm sure you guys are as well. As I'm just like, why doesn't everyone watch hockey? And if you can get 10 more people, to watch it, I'm not saying I'm nearly going to be as big as Prime or Zegras would be as big as Prime, but it's like if you can get a couple more people and just keep growing it. I mean, I'm so passionate about hockey and I love it and I just want it to keep growing as much as we can.
Yeah.
So that's why, I do what I do and I love what I do. So.
Cool. Well, and you know what, too? Especially the Canadian hockey players, we're boring.
Yo, you are very boring.
But the funny thing is, you get the guys away from the rink. They're not boring at all. They got great personalities. They're very funny. But when they get in front of a camera, I'm not saying anything wrong.
Exactly.
Saying the answer.
The safe Canadian ethic. Oh, guys,
totally.
Don't bring any attention. But if you look at a guy like Connor McDavid, he's incredible. But yet he toes the line. He does, he doesn't do anything. He's very cautious.
He's so boring.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But from that Canadian hockey mentality is still there. Like PK Subban is one of the rare guys that stepped away from that mentality. And you could argue, I don't know if it's sure or not, that it kind of hurt his career because he's still playing in a league that lives in those old days, right? And it's like, and again, it's changing
for sure. But I think if he was playing his best hockey at that time, sure. But his career, it wasn't his antics that hurt his career. It was his playing.
Yeah, if he kept playing the way he did there in Montreal, Norris Trophy, this is Mr. Popular there. Everybody's walking around, got ties and swaggy feet. Let's go. But when he played the way he was in Montreal, there winning Norris Trophy. So if he kept that up, then he could have
exactly.
I agree.
But listen, Pete, can you settle something for us? Because now I'm a big roller guy, right? Grew up playing roller.
Hell yeah.
Roller. It's my thing. Narch is my thing. Tom is like, he's late to the party. He's like, I don't know about roller, but
Connor Bedard grew up playing roller. I mean, and it's not about, and I said this in a video that's coming out. I don't care if you're playing roller hockey games. Overall, I think they're actually extremely boring because, when they get to like the Sundays, it's just a possession game and it's like, here we go. But like the skill and all, what I love about roller is don't confine yourself to a rink or a box, right? Get out, work on your stick handling, work on your skills. You can do it anywhere. That's why, I love going out in the middle of Hawaii or in the middle of Utah on a mountain road and stick handling. You can do it wherever you want, right? It's just, do you want to do it? And now with the tools we have, the green biscuit and the roller blade, I mean, it's the same thing.
What's the green biscuit, Pete?
It's a roller puck that slides on concrete extremely well. So you can, like, people are like, oh my gosh, that thing like floats out there. And you're just like, yeah, it's got a great system where it just goes, So that's the main thing is like, you don't need ice to become better at ice hockey. Yeah. You need to train, and you can do that off the ice. There's so many different tools. So I'm 100% on the roller train. And I think more kids can have better skills if they got on that as well.
It's interesting you talk about skills all the time. And that's a great thing. I'm not saying it in a bad way at all. When I grew up, we didn't talk about skills.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it was just, the game has changed so much. And again, so many great ways, too. Like, you watch the game on TV now, like playoff hockey, National Hockey League now is fantastic.
Fantastic. It's amazing. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about Three Ice. We get a lot of friends there involved. Steve Baker, we did a show with him. Is he the commissioner of the league?
I think he's a finance guy. And Frank Patrick
as well. Yeah.
Yep. EJ Johnson's this.
Yeah. EJ. Yeah. Exactly.
So you're participating in that as well?
Yes, I did that the past 2 summers. Yep.
Oh, good. You're gonna do it this summer coming up too?
Yeah. I would love to. So it was a lot of fun and great content for me coming out of it and stuff. So I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Pete, have you made the are you now a content creator or are you still an instructor / hockey guy? Like, where are you at?
Kind of everything, like that was like my taste of like getting content for playing. Cause I just don't know if I have it in me to like jump in beer leagues and stuff. But kind of everything, the content helps the business, and stuff like that. So it's kind of everything.
So that for them too, they got to like really feature you too, right? With the stuff that you like really advertise it. Hey, Swaggy Pete's coming in play.
Yeah, there's a bit of it too, but it's more like we're bigger on social than them, so I normally just do it myself.
Oh.
I'll be here and this is what's going, and then I post the clips and stuff. So it's a lot of fun.
Well, that leads to his deal. Pete's got a deal with Dunkin' Donuts, among others. So that's a pretty sweet deal, man.
You're such a big shot, aren't you? Look at you.
It takes time, time. And it's just the main thing is like, companies will reach out, and I don't want it to be like you see the video and you're like, oh gosh, what are they trying to sell now? I want the video to be like, oh, that was sick, and oh, Duncan's in the video,
Right.
you know. So I hate like here I got a drink, and it's like so corny. So I'll say no to companies if I don't think I can make a video that's worth their time and mine.
Very cool. Very cool. Duncan, especially who else, like Bill Belichick or all those kind of, you're like a famous dude, man. Aren't you?
Yeah, and it's just something different, you know. It started off with just the regional Duncans, and then it went to the national brand. So that was up to me, you know.
Yeah.
If I just took it and made dumb videos, they'd be like, all right, that was like cool test, but no, it doesn't work. But I, you know, thought long and hard about the videos and made sure that they were what we wanted.
I love your attitude too. Some people are looking for the money first and then do the work after. Like you want to do your job properly and then get paid for it, right?
Well, I don't want them to look at it as a poor investment. You know, like they're paying me to do a job, and I want to make sure that it does well for them and it does well for myself. And you know, that's part of the creative side. You know, these videos aren't, you know, thought overnight. It's like, okay, like, and then I might shoot it and then I look at it and I'm like, no. I was just talking about the videos and the creativity and making sure that, you know, they you know, put time and effort into it and just make sure it's right, you know.
You know what, Pete, too? I love your attitude. It's like you really want to make a difference, too, don't you? Like in the whole game of hockey, you want to make it better, more popular, help kids, all this stuff. You know, that's a fantastic attitude. Good job with you.
I appreciate that. I mean, I just think about it as, you know, you're somewhere, and if a kid grabs a stick, you never know if you'll have the next Connor Bedard or Connor McDavid. But if they never grab a stick, you won't know. I just want the kids to have the option to see if they love hockey.
So the Rangers have me out with a lot of clinics all the time. One of the biggest things the kids are trying to do is they're trying to do like they push down the puck and then scoop it up. They're always doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, love it.
You know, I even try to do it once in a while. Now that puck's not, it's not coming.
Well, hold on. Tom uses a Sherwood 50-30 wooden with no blade curve.
It's true.
That might be difficult. It might be difficult.
Yeah. It's true. I forget that I've got it. Sometimes I'll go out to clinics and the kids are looking at me, Coach, can we carry that around? And they grab it. It's like it's a weight or something like that.
No, for sure. Weighted stick.
Pete, are you getting recognized all over the place now?
It depends. I mean, obviously, if you go into a hockey rink, like I went to Norway last year to do a clinic, and you show up in the rink, and it's pretty crazy. You're like, these guys know, but that's the power of social media. You know, if I go downtown New York City, you know, I'm not that big, but you know,
nobody knows Tom in New York City.
It depends. You know, airports normally and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, but I mean, that's not the point. To get famous, it's more to
product.
Exactly.
Cool, very cool. Well, I'll tell you, I love your personality. You're creative, like I said before. You want to make a difference. You're always trying new things. Man, you're cool. You're a cool dude.
I appreciate it. Want to push the envelope, you know. You want to see what's possible, and I got some crazy ideas for videos coming out, and that's like the fun part, you know. And then it brings back to the kids and. You know, but the crazier stuff you do, the more the kids enjoy it, and you're like, so no, it's
so you think up there, other people call in with ideas or write you or try to get with ideas. What it's all you?
Oh, yeah, not yet, but I mean, if someone threw me a nice idea, I wouldn't mind. So I didn't have to think, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, the only bad thing is I feel like a total wuss because I do a cooking show on Sunday and I think I'm really cool, and here you are doing all these videos. So
hey, you know what? Everybody eats. So you're always in good, you know what I mean? I got to make it interesting so people who are non-hockey people are like, oh, that's pretty sick, you know? So I puts a little bit of more pressure on.
Yeah.
I would love some cooking, so.
Okay. We'll get you on the cooking show then. We'll do a cooking show. Maybe do some tricks like get the ladle going up in the air or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
biscuits.
Some biscuits. There you go.
Sauce and biscuits. Yeah. That'd be awesome.
That's very cool. Very cool. You're a good man. I'll tell you, really. I thank you very much for coming on the show. I know we had some difficulties, but
no, all good. All good.
And we'll get you on again. We want to try to help you.
Okay.
Not that you need our help, but to get you on as much as possible, promote all the stuff you're doing. So if you ever need us, let us know.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we're gonna next.
Maybe in New York we'll do one.
Yes,
studio or something. That'd be pretty cool.
Absolutely. And Pete's gonna sign with the New York City Roller Hockey League. I learned that today. So
that's right. Me and my man Jason. So
there you go, JG.
I'll be your agent. We got to negotiate your contract, right?
Perfect. All it was a hotel room and a cab ride, I think. So
no, Jake, we got all good.
All right, brother. Great to see you again. Thanks.
Hey, yeah, appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, take care.
Were you even a rock guy? Just country.
A little bit of rap.
Or
A little bit of country.
You're probably like Eagles and shit like that, right?
Although, when it comes to the hip hop stuff, I'll listen to some hip hop music. My son Cody really listens to a lot of hip hop. So there's some stuff actually for working out. A lot of it's really good for working out too. Yeah.
It's good. It's like your heartbeat.
Yeah. Like the Eminem. And
Yeah.
all yeah.
But you didn't like the Beastie Boys back when you were
No, really.
because that was in your wheelhouse.
But you know what? I did get into for a period of time, like the Bee Gees and all that, the disco kind of stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Well, I'd love to be able to get it. So I'd love to be able to get a hold of it. When we were in college, we created our pregame warm up. We created the songs
Doing the playlist?
all disco.
There's got to be somebody who remembers.
I had all.
Someone with like a steel track memory.
Man, we thought we were cool too. That's the funny thing. Look back.
Well, listen to but listen, in hindsight, the Bee Gees they're great bands.
Yeah, and at that time, like the late '70s, going to the '80s, they were pretty hot stuff.
But I think they've gotten some more respect moving forward. But anyway, what a show with Swaggy P, Elevate 02, Pete Lang.
What a cool dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Man. You guys, you can't wait to listen to the show.
Well, they just heard it.
It was over. This is the wrap up. That's right. That's why we call it the wrap up show.
That's it.
Oh my
I
god,
believe that it.
that's the breakthrough. Right?
Listen, well, it happened to me earlier on the intro, so we're all over the place today.
It's a wrap. Oh, it's a wrap. All right.
There you go.
Oh, funny stuff. Yeah, he's this story is incredible, right? Like, and his attitude about he wants to do the right thing. He knows he's going to make money. That's fine. That'll happen. He's got to do the
Grow the game. I mean, and he played in Europe for a bunch. He didn't get in the ECHL, got to the Coast League, but man, the stuff he's doing, there's nobody doing what he's doing right now.
Man, his videos are unbelievable. Yeah, he's so good. And again, like he's got that really creative mind too. Like he's always looking to do new things and go new places. He's gonna have a great life.
Oh yeah. And then there's no, I don't think there's a hockey influencer as big as everybody knows who he is, especially young kids.
Yeah.
They all watch his videos. They all know who he is. He's pretty sick, man.
It is funny because I think to myself, like, you just trying to pick the puck up off the ice. Like you do the scoop.
Yeah.
They'd happen.
Well, he does things that, like, you talk about the one video where he like kind of flips the puck to himself and then he takes like Datsuk's move, which is incredible.
Yeah, he does it up,
turns it up
in the air. Yeah, he told us some. Obviously, you've heard this, but he's telling us some of the new tricks he's got coming up.
Yeah,
everything. So
can't wait to see. But like now, we talked about this, but in your generation, you guys would have been trying to hammer a guy like that. I mean, tell me you guys went after Brian Lawton because he was an American kid.
Yeah.
So,
anybody that tried that kind of stuff, you know what? People wouldn't even try that stuff back then because they know that they would get hunted down. Like it was kind of it's barbaric, right? Think back now.
But and listen again. We talked about roller. I'm a roller guy. We were playing against one of our teammates, Pat Wazell, in the league. So he was on our team, but he played on the other team, and he tried to Michigan. And he goes, if I pull it off, I was skating directly to my car and going home because he goes, I know you're all going to jump me. Now that's probably 15 years ago.
Okay.
Now people applaud that move because it's pretty sick.
And it is, as Swaggy Pete said too, it really is good for the game too, because those the average fans that maybe hear the hockey's boring, well, now they see this move, they go, I watch this Zegers guy play. We will watch him play.
But I think we need a lot of the dinosaurs who used to say like, oh, that's not the game, and this is BS, fancy stuff, and no hitting. But it's like, listen, the skill is through the roof, and this is the artistry of these guys is incredible. Yeah. You know,
we old guys still get the thing like, oh, we would have done this, we would have done that. These guys are tough enough. But you know what though, the game is so much better now.
Yep.
Well, yeah, I should be careful. It's certainly different and appeals to more people. And it is a business, so the more people you're appealing to, obviously you're going to do
better ratings, so better content. It's not, like I said, I love your time, I love your game, but you guys in that generation might not have been in this game because this game is a faster game.
Well, we've had that conversation before with a number of people that could you have played in today's game? I hope my competitiveness would have allowed me to change my game so I could play in the game today. Now, who knows? Maybe I just didn't have the skills.
Yeah, you probably would have been able to find cover in this, like Ryan Lindgren type player.
I was just thinking of him too. Yeah, so he's obviously a better skater. Is he as physical? He's not as big, so that's part of the problem with him. I admire him a lot. Yeah, like he gets a lot done with that small little body of his, but that's what it is.
But could you imagine if Gretzky and Lemieux were playing now without being clutched and held?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah, but I see Connor McDavid. Like, how does he do some of the stuff? The speed he's got.
Explosive. But nobody's ever had explosive speed like he does. Man, his first stride is incredible.
So what's the most points he's ever had?
This year, 153.
And Gretzky,
wow, hold on, nailed it.
And Gretzky had over
215.
215. Okay.
Insane.
So, so would Gretzky have then gotten 300?
Maybe. Because everyone complains like, oh, Gretzky was soft and he was protected by Smejko, but Gretzky was clutched, grabbed, and held and slashed all the time. He wasn't really run. He wasn't hit so much, but he was held all the time. So was Lemieux.
Right, and the game's different now, so nobody's going to run him. Right. It is. Lemieux, I'll tell you what, as much as I play with Gretz, total respect for him, Lemieux may have had a more advantage because he was a bigger man. Yeah. I remember when I first started playing against him, he was kind of soft, so you pin him up against the board, really skilled. Then as he got older,
got strong.
Oh man, because normally you get a guy that's skilled, you wrap him up, and you've got him. But he wouldn't allow that too much. He got tougher too. He's our guy.
Oh, what a player! What incredible skill, yeah. But nobody in the hockey world has skills like Swaggy P, and it's awesome to watch what he does. What he's going to do next.
Yeah, I'm going to follow him more and more now. Right? Obviously, we're friends now, or we know each other now.
You should. Well, you can do two things. You can get on roller with him, and you can try some of those moves.
Last time I rollerbladed, I think we almost went in the ocean.
Well, there you go. Great show, man. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, follow, subscribe, leave us a review on Apple, and enjoy the show. Yeah. Laddies.
All right, Grasshoppers, thank you for listening. We had a fantastic show. We'll see you next time.